Hi, once again, welcome to my channel. My name is Peter Mushami. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Faidi HR. At Faidi HR, we are helping businesses in Kenya and other African countries automate their manual payroll and HR processes. So recently, we've had so many cases of startup failing in Kenya. And as much as that doesn't surprise me, because if you look at the statistics, more than 90% of startups across the globe normally fail. Meaning, if you have 10 startups, probably or most likely only one of the startups will succeed. And therefore, today I wanted to just dive down into some of the reasons that might be causing some of these failures. I know it's a new phenomenon in Kenya, probably because the startup space is still young, and I've seen so many people, gaslighting and having negative words to these affected entrepreneurs. But I think what we need to do is be empathetic and just understand that there is also a risk, like any other business risk, and therefore we need to encourage others to keep trying until probably when we can have success stories. So apart from running out of money, which of course is the biggest cause of this startup failing, then what are some other fundamental reasons that could be, causing these startups to fail? I think today I'll be addressing three metrics that I feel are very critical to any business, such that if you don't get it right, and if you don't track these metrics, then your business will most likely fail. I'm not a prophet of doom, but of course, data never lies. So one of them is what we call customer acquisition cost, and maybe customer lifetime value ratio. So why is this important? And if you look at these startups that have failed, how long or how much did it take to acquire a customer, and what was the lifetime value of that customer? So to give an example, look at that bubble shop in your area. How much does it cost for that barber shop to acquire you as a customer? Let's say an example, it takes probably $10 to acquire a customer, and then you will go to that barber shop for like 2 years, and on average you spend around, let's say, $20 per month. From those numbers, you can tell that business at the end of the day will be profitable, because the cost it takes to acquire you is relatively smaller than the cost, or rather is relatively smaller than the cost of customer lifetime value. That is the amount of money you pay this business for the period that you will be getting their services. Now, if that ratio is good enough, then it's most likely that this business will be a sustainable business in the long run. But now, if the customer acquisition cost is very high and the lifetime is low, either because maybe now I bring another metric called net promoter score is low because of poor customer experience. Probably the problem is not fire on hair problem, meaning these are very strong pain point. Then it means customers will be buying your services once, probably in a month, and then they drop off. That's why you get that these guys who are raising so much money, they probably have not considered what's the lifetime value. And when investors are doing due diligence, and then they just look at metrics maybe for 1 month, they don't ask such questions of how many times will this customer buy from you. So what will happen is a founder will present metrics, and then the investor will be like, oh, these are really good metrics. Take this $2 million for you to pump money into the market. And then you realize every time you have metrics, all these customers drop off. Therefore, you realize that the cost of running the business is so high as compared to the margins that the business is getting in terms of probably annualized run rate. Yeah, so I think there are also other metrics that we can look at, but I think these three are very critical to your business and can give you early signs that a business will be profitable in the near future, or this will be a sustainable model in the near future. Well, put some comments and let's keep the conversation going and see what we can handle in the next conversation. Thank you very much. Cheers.